Assalamualaikum. Welcome everyone. I'm Muhammad Harith bin Muhammad Kamal as a moderator for this session. Today, we're going to talk about Oil Palm Project in Kelantan. And we have Lokman Hakim and Aiman Hakim from JKR as our panel. So for our first question to our first panel, which is Lokman Hakim, can you please explain briefly about the project?
Thank you to our moderator. Firstly, our project is located at Mukim Ulu Negeri, daerah Bertam, jajahan Gua Musang, Kelantan, Darul Naim. As we can see from our site project, location site project is divided by two, which is location site A and site B. So the problem we face here is the proposed project site is located near to Orang Asli village. Secondly, the proposed project site be near to Tanda Air, which is supplying water to some village. It can give a water pollution. And lastly, the proposed project site is near to three hot spring areas. So we have a problem here that we have faced.
So as a JKR, what is your role for this project to solve this kind of problem?
So as JKR, we have a four role here, which is firstly, we provide oversight and expertise in constructing and managing the infrastructure. Secondly, assist the lessen the adverse environmental effect of the project, especially in terms of traffic and management. Thirdly, ensure that when access road, bridge, and others infrastructure are being built within the project area, safety and environmental law are being observed. And lastly, we have provide technical guidance on various approach to reduce soil erosion and sedimentation.
Thank you for your great explanation about the project. Next, we move to our second panel, Ayman Haki. The question is from this oil palm project. Can you tell us about the potential impact that may happen from this project and the control measures as a JKR?
Okay, thank you to moderator. As you can see, we have four types of potential impacts, which is a soil erosion, second, pesticides and fertilizers, third, habitat loss, and lastly is a traffic congestion. So, as a local authority, here's are the suggested mitigation measures to reduce or control the potential negative consequences. First is the soil erosion. Implement erosion control measures during the land clearance phase, such as contour plowing and cover cropping and establishing buffer zones along water bodies. We have to introduce a sustainable land management practices such as agroforestry or afforestation in vulnerable areas to enhance soil stability and reduce erosion. And we have to regularly monitor and assess soil conditions to identify areas prone to erosion, enabling timely intervention. For the second solution to reduce the impact, which is we have to tighten the law governing the use of agrochemicals should be enforced by our staff, which is a JKR. And we have to establish the vegetative buffers along water bodies to filter and trap potential pollutants before reaching aquatic ecosystem. So the next one is the use of machinery. We have to enforce the emission standards for machinery and vehicles used in plantation operations, promoting the use of cleaner and more efficient technologies. We have to develop the implement noise reduction strategies such as sound barriers or limitations on operating hours in proximity to residential areas. So for the lastly is the loss of habitat. We have to conduct a comprehensive biodiversity assessment prior to land clearance to identify critical habitats and species. And we have to designate protect areas within the plantation landscape to safeguard biodiversity hotspots. And lastly, we have to integrate corridors and the green belts into the plantation design to facilitate wildlife movement and mitigate habitat fragmentation.
Okay, thank you from both of our panel. A really, really great explanation from them. And what we can say is there are pros and cons from this project. And as a JKR, they play a really big role in terms to sustain the sustainability in order to achieve the objective of the project.